Alright, greetings everyone, this is Ronan Mac here. Today we're going to take a look at Rome Total War. Primarily because I just found out that Creative Assembly is making a sequel. Well, not really a sequel, it's an update to Rome 2 Total War, coming out next year, and I am giddy with excitement for that to come out. But I figured I'd go back and play a little Rome and do a little video recording because I haven't made a video since last week sometime because I've been feeling a little less than 100%, and doing a video gameplay video is a little easier for me than trying to come up with a live vlog topic or something, even though I do have plans for some new and different stuff that I'm going to do in the future. But that is what it is. Plus, I spent a little time tweaking my gaming video intro sequence. I'm still not entirely overjoyed with the results, but it's getting better, closer to what I'm looking for, if only halfway there. But these things require time. So let's jump into the single-player Imperial Campaign. Now as you defeat factions in here, you can play as them, so I can play as the Carthaginians, the Gauls, or the Britons right now, but it's more fun to be the Romans. And if you're going to be the Romans, you might as well be the Julii, because they're red, and I think Romans should be red. So I'm going to go ahead and select them and start the game. And it's going to do a little intro sequence, which in the day was pretty visually impressive, but by today's standards, not so much. So I'm going to go ahead and skip that part, and then we'll get into the gameplay proper, explain a little bit of what the game involves and what I like about it, and just go from there, I guess. But we'll go ahead and jump in, and we'll catch you guys here in just a minute. Alright, so in the game proper, you can see the Senate has assigned my little faction a mission to take the city of Segesta. And early in the game, it's always good to try to do what the Senate asks you to do, because you need the money. As the game goes on, they're eventually going to have to be overthrown by me as the Caesar, or wannabe Caesar of the Empire. But that's for a much later date, and we may or may not play this game that far. I just wanted to play around with this a little bit. So I've got two cities right now, and then you can see there's Rome proper with the Senate and their armies, and then the other factions of the Roman Empire, the Scipii in blue and the Brutii in green. We're all friends right now, so everything we do is for the greater glory of Rome. Alright, so I'm going to try to make this relatively quick and painless, and we'll see what we can do. You get strategic units, armies, and cities. Those are the main components of the game. You can see this fellow here is a spy. They get retainers, which help them accomplish missions, and then they get traits as well, depending on what they do in the game. He's pretty much a rookie. You can also see that all the characters have ages, and yes, they do die of old age occasionally. What sucks when you have a really great spy or diplomat or general, but you know, that happens. Moving. So you can either sit and watch them walk slowly, or just skip ahead, because it gets tedious watching the animation sometime. I'm going to bring my spy and diplomat up north here, just because these two cities are Gaelic, and they're eventually going to cause problems and have to be conquered. All your cities you can improve with lots of different kind of buildings inside there. I usually do the farms first, just because it gives you a boost in income. Eventually you want better barracks and harbors and ports and roads and a whole bunch of stuff to help you bring money. And then temples to various Greco-Roman gods will help give you bonuses and such as well. But for now, I'm just going to do the easy farming upgrades. And I'll probably set my main city up to make another unit of Estati. And these are the older Roman precursor to legionnaires. Not quite as powerful, but they fight about the same.
Orders. Orders.
You can see this chap here is the faction leader, Flavius Julius. He does have one retainer. Helps him with management and personal security. Not so great for a field commander, but you can see he's got quite a bit more traits. And they do get negative traits as well, so especially if you have a governor that stays in the city and never leaves, they tend to become alcoholic womanizers. I think I'm going to leave him right here to watch the northern border.
Onward.
And
Orders.
send the, what's that, Vibius Julius or whatever. He's going to go ahead and try to accomplish the Senate mission. And we'll show you a little bit of battlefield action. Lame as this is going to be, because it's going to be a rather small and easily won battle, but it'll get you a little flavor.
Engage the enemy.
Okay, you can besiege cities for a long period of time. This city has no walls, so it's pointless to siege it. We can just walk right in and probably massacre a lot of peasants who are foolish enough to not willingly join the Roman Empire. But it'll give you a breakdown. Numbers of men is pretty much equal. I can guarantee you the quality of my troops is better. Plus I have a general versus a captain, so the morale of my troops is going to be a little better. This little indicator just shows you that they can't retreat, they have to fight to the death. So no sense of routing, but I'm going to jump into the battlefield here and show you what Rome's all about. He who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious. Don't know why we're reading Sun Tzu. He doesn't have much to do with Rome.
Rebellious slaves may think of victory.
Now this was a new feature of the game. The
generals
generals give speeches to start a battle.
And at the last, brave Romans, I say this: strength and honor to you all!
And they're all ready to roll. So let's get going and get this over with. Put this video to bed.
Await my orders!
Like I said, the graphics in this game were very impressive for its time, but it is rather irritating because if we get in closer here, you can see they're all essentially clones. They all look exactly the same. Later versions of the Total War franchise have a little bit more variation in face and body and clothing styles, so you can, get a sense that they're all not just clones of each other, but it works for the day, and it's still a fun game to play. So, field battles get a lot more complex as you're going, but for right now, it's just going to be a matter of pretty much marching up there and annihilating these guys. So you can do group formations and such, but I'm not going to get into that right now because there's no point. These fellows here, the Velites, they throw javelins. About all you can use to start with. I think they give you one archer unit to start with, but you can't manufacture anymore until you get a more advanced archery center in one of your cities. You can see there's the poor saps who are going to die for nothing. other than the greater glory of Rome. Ligurian rebels. Looks like peasants and some war-band militia, which are essentially spearmen. Hand to hand, they're going to go down versus my Hastati, so should be a pretty quick and painless battle. I'm going to go ahead and cut ahead till I'm in position to actually attack. Alright, we're moving pretty close to position here. See if they come out and try to engage us, which would be foolish because either way they're going to die. But one thing I really like about the Total War franchise versus the RTS stuff that's so popular nowadays is once you're committed to combat, the army you have is what you have. So you don't get to spawn any more units unless you had reinforcements planned prior to the battle starting, in which case they'll show up at an undetermined time, usually when it's least opportune for you. That's how it goes. I'm going to try a two-pronged attack here. I would like to get to chuck some javelins at them before the battle starts, but we'll see how that goes. There's a lot involved in this game, especially as you progress into the higher tech levels and start going across the ocean and fighting very strange units, people with elephants, flaming pigs. There's a lot of stuff going on, but this battle's going to be pretty basic. Like I said, I am very anxious to see what they do with the second edition of Rome, because out of all the Total War games, this is my favorite setting. Even if by today's standards it's not as impressive visually or even gameplay wise, the Roman setting has always been rather intriguing for me. So. Okay, now they're going to start chucking javelins at these guys. Once they get in range, I don't want my Hastati to get too far, because the Velites are essentially pusses when it comes to melee combat, so I don't want them to get engaged by even these peasants. I'm going to send these Hastati in. And they bravely run away. I think I'm going to flank with my general. Okay. And like I said, they're going to charge in, so the Hastati need to come in. They need to get out. That's a fail, because they're engaged in full-on melee, and they're not going to get out. So hopefully we can crack them. General needs to get in and lay on a charge on their flanks. You can see the Hastati in true Roman fashion. They have little javelins that they throw in before they charge into proper melee.
The enemy show their true virtue.
They're all going to die.
They are not soldiers, only frightened rabbits running from our men.
See their captains down. And they're pretty much getting massacred as they try to run away. I know it's horrible. Cover your eyes. It's the price of Roman victory. Got one guy by himself. He'll get run over by the horses.
All Rome will be amazed at such a victory. The day
Everybody
is
cheer.
ours.
There you go. You can see they cheer after, and then I'll give you a breakdown. So, I lost 32 guys. And wiped them all out, so not too bad. And that's just a taste of combat in Rome. Total War. I may play this game quite a bit more on my own. Yeah, usually when you capture a settlement, you can either occupy it, in which case it becomes a city that you own, enslave the populace, which sends slaves back to cities that you control and makes your population very happy. Or you can just kill everybody and loot the place. But I'm going to go ahead and occupy this because it's really close to home. It does pay off if you're a long ways away and it's a city you don't think you can hold for a long time. Then you'll want to get into enslaving or exterminating, just depending on how much of a dick you want to be. But that is what it is as well. Now, I'm not going to be able to probably do much with this right now, because we need to update the governor's palace. But I did get my 5,000 denarii bonus for accomplishing the Senate mission, which is basically as much money as I had when I started. So, like I said, it pays to do what the Senate wants, at least initially in this game. I don't know, there's 150,000 things I've left out, but I'm not going to play too much longer on this video. I think I'm going to leave it at the end of the first turn and see where it goes from there. I may do one more playthrough as I get a little farther in the game, just to give you an impression of how much cooler battles are once you get larger armies with more advanced and varied units. But for now, this is where I am, and eventually we'll get up north and fight some Germans, some Spaniards, crazy people that live in the vast wilderness of the north, these Vikings and I don't know, weird folk up there. But we'll leave that for a later date. For now, it's a brief look at Rome, and hopefully someday we'll be looking at Rome 2 in awe. But that's it for now. Ronamac signing off. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.